All right, guys, welcome to episode number 2 of the DJ Alex Brown podcast. We're here with Jordan Rico today, and we're just going to jump right into it. I'm going to ask him to introduce himself a little bit. So, if you can talk a little bit about how we met and just some things like that.
My name is Jordan Rico. I am an inspiring entrepreneur. And what I do is during the day, I am a diesel technician, and I have my company, which is Novastar Credit Repair. I help people build their credit. I help people repair their credit, utilize their credit after we're done helping them find inaccuracies in their credit. And how we met, DJ Alex Brown, he DJ'd my reunion. And funny thing is, I'm gonna tell like a little short story. When I walked into my reunion, I saw all my high school friends, dancing and stuff, got to say hello. And I went up to Alex, like, oh, hi, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. And weirdly, I asked him, like, hey, you don't mind if I DJ? And he's like, yeah, sure, the DJ. And I did DJ like one set. And that fulfilled my dream because, I always wanted to DJ for my high school. Just to be like, yeah, this is what I learned. I taught myself this, and that. And that was literally the best time of my life, honestly.
Yeah, I'm glad I could make that dream come true, so to speak. To the DJs who are watching this, I guarantee you, Jordan, that there's going to be guys in the comments who are like, you let a person at an event hop on the decks and DJ? What the hell were you doing? Yeah, I mean, when we're talking about a reunion or something and somebody wants to DJ, especially, you're obviously from the class, right? What's the harm in doing that? All your friends, just letting you come on, that helps, fulfill something that you had wanted to do. And it also gets me a better connection with the crowd because they're saying, oh, this DJ is chill because he let one of our friends from, high school DJ. And so, it just goes around in circles. If you let someone DJ, I mean, if it was a wedding and you were just a rando at a wedding, I probably wouldn't have let you on the decks,
Yeah, right.
Just because like a wedding is a high stakes event, guys, right?
Oh, yeah, you got to be on point.
Right. But, when it's a high school reunion, it's chill, it's laid back. What's the harm in doing that? So you could.
Luckily, I know what I was doing. So
yeah, if you take a little chance at a high school reunion, it could work out like this, where somebody's very happy they got to fulfill a high school dream at their high school 5-year reunion, like Jordan did. So
yeah, I'm very happy about that.
Sort of into our second question, what's been going on with you with this whole COVID thing going on?
So what I've been doing is, ever since COVID hit, I've been trying to think, okay, how can I still make money from home? And that was the trend. Right. How to make money from home. So basically how I got started with credit was I was living on unemployment. Mind you, it was good, but someday I have to go back to work. You know what I mean? Yeah. So during COVID, I had thought of like, damn, how can I make money from home? And I remember I bought this course to fix my credit personally, and I've been doing it ever since. And I helped some people here and there. And when COVID hit, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna turn this into a business, and that's where I created my company, Novastar Credit Repair.
Right.
And then from there on, I've been helping people with their credit, how to, what credit is, how it works, how to utilize it. And other than that, and then from there on, I had to go back to work, but I still work on my company.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how do you be a diesel technician from home?
Yeah, right. There's no way I'll have to bring all those freaking big ass trucks to my house. Yeah, no. I'm starting to drift away from that, so that could be like my side hustle instead of my main hustle.
With the credit becoming your main hustle.
Yes, most definitely.
By the way, guys, if you DJs, basically anybody that's watching this podcast, if you need credit repair, credit advice, credit education, you're going to be able to find Jordan's website in the description of this video. And you'll also be able to find him on Instagram if you want to plug that quick.
Yeah, so my personal Instagram is Jordan_Rico, NovastarCreditRepair.com. It's under my bio.
There you go, guys. If your business or personal credit needs, you know where to go. speaking of credit needs and business, you talked a little bit about what you see in your future, but I just kind of wanted to ask you, like, where do you see credit and your future going?
Well, credit. Let's start off with that. Credit, especially now during COVID, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to go foreclosure and who's not going to have enough money to pay their rent or pay their credit cards and all that.
Right.
And the bureaus will report that as bad. And that's honestly, as a credit specialist, that's good for me. I'm not looking at it as money. I want to help you guys. And that's like my true passion. Like, I want to help because I've been there in the 500s, right, going up to 700 clubs. You want to be up there.
Right.
So that's what I want to do. And where I want to be, let's say the next 5 years, a lot more knowledge, not just credit, but other stuff like having an Amazon store, because that's been popping lately.
Yep.
Having Amazon stores, having like different sources of income, because that's where you escape the rat race, which I'm currently doing right now. Having my business, my company has my second stream. So after that, I want to see myself having multiple streams of income. Just to be just a little bit like some wiggle room to do what I want. That's what I want to see myself.
Have you heard about, I've seen a lot of things on TikTok that are like millionaires typically have 7 streams of income. Have you heard that?
Oh, yeah, all the time. That's all on my Instagram feed. Like, I try to get knowledge, everywhere, even if it's not from somebody who's teaching you well. That's a saying. Like, you should learn all the information from other people, even if it's wrong. That's a saying.
On that note, that makes me think of something personally. Just, ever since I started DJing, I used to say a lot, I try and take every experience I have, whether it's good or bad, and use it as a learning experience.
Oh, yeah.
So you take the good, you want to replicate it. You take the bad, you don't want to replicate it. On the note of your future, I think you really only touched on credit. Was there something else that you wanted to add to that, or?
I want to emphasize networking. Like, network as hard as you can. Network. Like, look at how we networked. I went to my high school reunion and I met Alex. Now, look at us right now doing a podcast. I would have never thought. I would have never, ever thought I was going to be doing this. And look at where we are right now. Right. So I emphasize that. Network, go out there. I mean, with the mask on, go out, network with other people. Social media, you got to do that.
Good. Yeah. I mean, networking is so important, and I'm not trying to knock you at all, because, like, honestly, I think you're smarter than, I think college is kind of a stupid idea for a lot of people. I mean,
I didn't even go to college. I didn't.
Right. I mean, you're doing better than a lot of people right now because you didn't go to college. Right. And I mean, you can probably speak to that just from a credit perspective, because so many people use so much of their credit to go to college. Right.
Most definitely, they got to run your scores just to see how much of a financial risk is this guy,
Was there anything, else that you wanted to talk about?
DJing. That was a hobby of mine. Still is. I still like to DJ here and there. I taught myself how to DJ, luckily. Like, I don't know how, but I just did it. Looked up videos. Like, okay, what if I do if I mix this song with this song? And basically trial and error, how I got into that. It was basically trial and error, mixing songs. My first ever, come to think about it, my first ever equipment was Newmark Pro, I think it was. The plug-in.
Mixtrack Pro?
Mixtrack Pro by Newmark. I thought that was the shit.
Yeah.
when I thought that was the shit, because I was like, yo, I got actual equipment, but I'm about to school these guys. Then come to find out, it's just like, oh, there's better and much more efficient equipment out there.
Yeah. My like first like real controller was a Newmark N4. So, that's a big step up, I think, for a lot of DJs is going to an actual physical controller. And I can say too that actually a lot of the way that I learned stuff was trial and error. A lot of people ask, like, how'd you learn? And I'm like, I just kind of, watched YouTube videos and figured it out.
That's how I did it. That's how you did it.
Right.
I just figured it out. It's a passion. If it's a passion, that you want to do, you will eventually figure it out.
So, there's a lot of, you've probably seen the stuff like we were just talking about, stuff you've seen on Instagram or TikTok that, Instagram, I see all the time, Elon Musk saying about how, don't go to college. There's so much available on the internet for free,
Yeah, which is true. Google's, the number one thing. Like, you could search up anything in the world.
Yeah, like disclaimer, like I'm not trying to knock college. Like if you want to be a doctor, please go to college.
Go to college.
You need to go to college. Like engineers really got to go to college. Like there's certain things that like it's not an option if you don't go to college. But there's things like you're starting a business because it's more about skills and figuring out how to do it than what did you get taught in a classroom.
Yeah, right. Like what I like to say, because it's a little small story. So whenever I go to work, because I announced that, hey, I'm opening my own business. These are the haters out there. They'd be like, oh, that's a scam. That's a scam. Da 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 da. And then I replied back because there's like, yeah, and this is how I respond to them. Like, all right, you think this is a scam? Okay, I'll rock with that. But tell me this: what have you learned in school that you do 100% today? That they stay shut.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, you can say what you want. I don't mind it, but this is what I want to do. This is how I'm gonna, make my money and escape the rat race.
Yeah,
that's what I want to do.
I think everybody that starts a business starts out with a lot of haters.
Yeah.
And I mean, you really got to block it out because I mean, I started DJing 5th or 6th grade. In that time, I had so many haters. People knew I was the DJ kid. People were like, "You're not a DJ. You suck." And they hadn't even heard me DJ. I'm like,
right?
Give me a shot first, right?
It's dumb. You gotta. I don't know. I remember hearing some of that too. Like, oh, you DJ, da 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 da. I'm like, yeah, I DJ. I'm like, well, where's your this and that? I'm like, well,
yeah,
I gotta go to the place DJ so I can show you my skill.
Do you feel like for you that opportunity at the reunion was your chance to show yourself, or did you have a chance to show yourself before then?
I feel like at the reunion, it was like, this is what I'm going to show them. That I didn't say, hey, guys, come look at me real quick. No, I showed them. Yeah. I went up to the booth, asked you. You luckily said yes. And I'm like, boom. And they turned their heads like, wait, this guy knows how to DJ? And that's I love that reaction when you put on a good song and it's just like, oh, I love that about DJ. You get that reaction like, oh, I like this song. This is an old song, da da da. Or this is a new hot song. This is my favorite song because that song resonates with them. That's what I've learned. It resonates with them.
I think you had a little bit of music feeling going on. What was it, last week when I was doing my Instagram live stream?
Oh yeah. Oh my God! So when I popped into your live stream, there was this one song that you mixed in. I was just like, oh my God, he did it. So it was. Are you please pop joke like this?
Oh, my neck, my back.
My neck, my back, and you mixed it in with Ric Flair. I was like, oh my God, the way he mixed it in, it was too good. It was too good. So I was luckily. Funny thing is, I was flying into San Diego. I was like, oh, he's on live. Got to put it on. And then I was just walking to my gate with you in the background. I was like, oh, I'm the shit right now. That's what I felt like.
Yeah, man, I'm glad the mix pumped you up. I'll be doing a little live stream on New Year's Eve. I'm not sure if you saw, but feel free to tune into that. All right, man. Well, I think that pretty much wraps up our time on the podcast today. Really quick to wrap it up, where can people find you? I know we kind of already mentioned this, but one more time, where can people find you if they need credit repair? Where can they follow you?
So where you can find me for credit repair is my link is in my bio, which is novastarcreditrepair.com. And to find me on Instagram, which is where I'm mostly active, is Jordan_Rico.
And then, guys, if you want to find out more about what I do, you can check out my pro page on Instagram, instagram.com/DJAlexBrownPro, or just DJ Alex Brown Pro in the app. And that pretty much wraps up the video. So again, Jordan, thank you for coming on. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, let me know in the comments section. Leave me a thumbs up on the video. And make sure to subscribe to my channel to see the next podcast when it does come out. That's going to wrap this one up. Peace.
All right. Peace.